sending SOS to the world. I'm sending SOS to the world. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets mine. Message in a bottle. Message in a bottle.
A ghetto uprising. Yelowitz was only 19 when he died in the battle against the Nazis. The new street is located off Corsac Crescent and across the street from the Hebrew Academy.
Neighbors in Cote Saint Luc is upset about some powerful hydro transmission lines which have been put up close to their property.
Councillor voting for the bylaw obliging Hydro to keep its lines a minimum of 25 meters from property lines says it's better to be safe than sorry.
If there is, based on the knowledge that exists in 1993, the potential for a risk, we don't want to find out in 10 or 20 years that we didn't act. So we have to be proactive and act now.
Ça vient de changer de côté. C'est le non qui vient de passer à l'avant et avec 50,1%, vous voyez au camp du non, c'est l'euphorie maintenant.
On était si proche du pays. Bon, ben c'est retardé un peu. Pas longtemps.
L'initiative témoigne de la volonté des anglophones de prendre leur sort en main, de se prémunir contre une victoire devenue possible du camp souverainiste. L'une de celles-là a surgi au conseil municipal de Cote Saint Luc en novembre dernier.
That the government of Canada must hold a Canada-wide referendum and ask a fair and clear question, failing which the city of Cote Saint Luc will hold its own referendum and ask the following question. Do you want the city of Cote Saint Luc to remain a part of Canada?
Cette ville, qui a voté non à 98,8% en octobre 1995, tiendrait son propre référendum en cas de victoire du oui à l'échelle québécoise.
This initiative, in my view, is similar to all the initiatives that are taking place throughout the province by Galganov, by Guy Bertrand, the Pontiac region. It's one more way to send a message to Quebecers that we want to remain a part of Canada and we're going to work towards that goal.
The organizers, the Quebec Committee for Canada, hope to take similar resolutions to more than a dozen councils in the Montreal area. It is Hampstead's turn next Monday.
2 municipalities in West Montreal have adopted resolutions calling for local referendums before another provincial vote on sovereignty. Well, Mr. Brownstein, what exactly does this resolution passed by your council ask for?
The municipality is calling upon the federal government to work on our behalf to ensure that Quebec remains a part of Canada and Cote Saint Luc a part of that country and province. What that means is there are two scenarios. First, the scenario being that Federalists who have been traditionally quiet over the last 20 years are now speaking up since the last referendum last October, and this will hopefully have a positive effect, bringing to the forefront all the consequences of separation and hopefully changing public opinion. In the event that Federalists are not successful in this endeavor, and another referendum was held by the province and there was a vote for sovereignty, which we are putting on the table all the bargaining chips, such as our right to remain a part of Canada in our municipality, the federal government, the fact that they are going to the courts to determine the constitutionality of unilateral declaration, efforts by Guy Bertrand and his desire to ensure that the rule of law is respected. All these issues, all these initiatives by Federalists give the federal government the necessary tools to negotiate with Quebec a renewed federation. Even Towns Act gives the right for municipalities to hold this exact type of referendum dealing with the peace, order, and good government of our municipality. And we do have this legal right, and not only do we have the legal right, we have the obligation to respond to the call of our constituents and not watch while our country is torn apart. We have a responsibility as elected officials at this level to speak on behalf of our residents. In Cote Saint Luc, 98.8% of the population voted no, and they've been asking us for a long time to take action. There's a lot of fear and frustration and anxiety, and we, as their municipal councillors, are acting as a stabilizing force, giving them hope and showing them that we will speak strongly for federalism and national unity.
Other people.
Dans une ville où 98% ont voté non,
Mais est-ce que là, attention, là, on va...
de faire quelque chose pour que le jour après, le gouvernement fédéral et tous les Québécois peuvent être au courant de notre désir de rester à l'intérieur du Canada et les négociations et les discussions vont continuer.
Welcome back. Yesterday, if you were with us, you heard that Federal Intergovernmental Affairs Minister Stéphane Dion told us that Ottawa is sticking to the position that if Canada is divisible, so is Quebec. But he also said that the...
Quite clear that they are bringing the question of unilateral declaration of independence to the Supreme Court of Canada, and if the court states that it is unconstitutional to create a nation based on 50% plus one, then they will expect all Canadians and Quebecers to follow the rule of law. We in Cote Saint Luc, and I believe in all the municipalities and territories who are discussing the issue of remaining Canadian, expect all Quebecers to respect the rule of law, meaning that negotiation would evolve, that the referendum in Quebec is also purely consultative, and it is not the creation of a new nation. It only states the will of a certain amount of people.
Okay.
I'm quite pleased that it has reached this level of discussion, that it is in the paper all the time, the Parti Québécois are talking about it daily, because that brings it into the debate, so all Quebecers realize that it is a concern.
Unfortunately, that's...
Speeches, the unity message went out from the Raymond Bourque Arena in Saint-Laurent.
We're staying Canadian!
Big campaign is just getting underway. 35 municipalities now, and counting.
Roxborough, which is...
Good evening, everyone. I'm Deborah Arbeck. Thank you for joining us. Now, demergers were also the hot topic this evening in the Montreal West Cote Saint Luc Hampstead borough. Demerger advocates Anthony Housefather and Mitchell Brownstein debated the issue against Robert Libman and Councillor Dita Burku. 200 people in the audience cheered demerger arguments. Burku and Libman tried to sell the audience on Mayor Tremblay's decentralization plan. Here's a small sample of what it sounded like.
Do you think when Pierre Font gave up green space for a parking lot downtown, do you think they did it willingly? They did it for the common good. That was a perfect...
Over the last couple of years, the expenditures of Montreal have risen double the rate of inflation. We as a borough have no control over negotiating the main points of a collective agreement with our unions. If we demerge, we do.
Thanks, Gloria. Voters in many parts of Quebec are getting ready to vote in a referendum. In Montreal alone, enough people signed registers for demerger referendums in 22 former suburbs. So campaign workers are already on the job.
In Cavendish Mall, the Yes campaign is in full swing. A mountain of posters and placards on standby. An army of 300 volunteers ready to plaster the neighborhood. In Cote Saint Luc, 25% of eligible voters signed up for a demerger referendum, one of 22 former municipalities on the island of Montreal to do so.
For those who will vote yes to the referendum, there will be a transition committee put forward, and they will assume the charge for that.
Those words don't deter Mitchell Brownstein. He's got a message of his own.
Right now, the choice is between being one of the very few cities that would remain in the megacity, an emasculated megacity, or getting your city back. And people have to be aware of that and make that choice.
Brownstein says he'll be working hard between now and June 20th to make sure that that message is heard by as many people as possible. Michelle Guinard, CBC News, Montreal.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the rally for the yes.
At a rally in Cote Saint Luc, Montreal West and Hampstead, demergers was front and center.
In the central portion of Montreal, it's a yes to demerger for Cote Saint Luc, for Hampstead, for Montreal West, for TMR, and for Westmount.
A number of people that have supported me or worked for me for many years were letting me know that despite the potential consequences, despite my position, they felt they had to send this message.
It is a night where all of the 30,000 people that live in Cote Saint Luc and all of the 8,000 people that live in Hampstead and all of the 6,000 people that live in Montreal West can celebrate because they're the victors. They've got their cities back.
Good morning, everybody. 6:39 on a glorious Thursday morning. Here at TML, we're celebrating the first day of summer in style. We're in Cote Saint Luc at the pool, and we're having a bit of a pool party. Here to tell me a little bit more about summer activities, because pools are not just about lounging and swimming. There's a lot more to your community pool, is Cote Saint Luc City Councillor Mitchell Brownstein. Good morning.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, you were telling me earlier you have a lot of memories about this pool. Can you tell me about a couple?
Well, I learned how to swim at this pool. I mean, in the summer, this is where we came. I would get on my bike with my friends. We'd come here, go for swimming lessons. And then later on, I became a lifeguard and manager of a pool in Cote Saint Luc. Last year, we introduced the Fun Card. The Fun Card in Cote Saint Luc is an ability for anybody to come for a fixed fee. And people come after you buy that card whenever you want. You don't have to pay an admission fee.
Je souhaite le bienvenue et pour faire votre présentation, vous avez 20 minutes suivi d'un échange avec les députés membres de la commission.
Comme mon dossier, c'est le travail public, je vais vous expliquer brièvement la situation globale à Cote Saint Luc.
And we're going to start in the West End, specifically Cote Saint Luc, where a few hundred people gathered in the snow on Monday night. They were there to light a Christmas tree as well as a menorah and say no to Quebec's proposed Charter of Values. Peter Anthony Holder brought us the story.
We will be here long after the Parti Québécois disintegrates as a political party.
That's Cote Saint Luc Mayor Anthony Housefather denouncing the PQ and their proposed secularism charter. This was billed as a rally for religious freedom, but there was a real sense of anger at the Marois government over what Housefather called an odious law.
Pierre Trudeau stated that the state has no place in the bedrooms of the nation, and I equally believe the state has no place in the wardrobes of the nation. I think the state has no business telling us how to dress. This is just going way too far in government, intruding on our ordinary liberties, and I'm against that.
Anthony Housefather has been speaking out about this, the mayor of Cote Saint Luc. He couldn't be here because he's traveling. He sent you, Mitchell, to speak for the city, and he has said very publicly that, and you have as well, you just will not follow this law, even if it passes the highest courts. This is true?
If we get to that point, our position is to ensure that the law never passes. That's why you'll see our mayor on television, radio, and the newspapers, and we had the rally this week. We believe that it won't pass, and in the event that it did pass and that it was deemed constitutional, then we'd have to defy it. Of course, we'd never fire someone for wearing a turban, a kippah, or a cross, or a hijab. And we just want people to know, we believe in Quebec, it's really a more tolerant society, and this is only being used as a political tool for the Parti Québécois and for Madame Marois to gain support. She's not protecting women's rights by telling a woman who's wearing a hijab that she's going to have to lose her job. That's not protecting women. I'm also a Canadian immigration lawyer, so I also wrote an op-ed that was printed in La Presse. And the title of my op-ed was Immigrants Are Not Welcome. But the title they used was C'est comme un congédiement illégal. It's like an illegal dismissal. Because as Bill said, I think that's something everybody can understand. People generally do not want other human beings to lose their livelihood based on their religious beliefs.
Cote Saint Luc wants to be known as a city of culture. We've got an amazing library, and we decided that one of the ways to become a city of culture was to start a theater program. Mitch Brownstein, one of our counselors, is an amateur thespian. He has been doing theater since he was a kid, and he really was the pioneer behind the Cote Saint Luc Dramatic Society.
It's got room, it's got meaning. See how much I want. I'll jump through and move my legs. Don't put my good advice to shame. It should be. has a way of confusing us,
blessing and bruising us.
Drink l'chaim to life. God would like us to be joyful, even when our hearts lie panting on the floor.
How much more can we be joyful when there's really something to be joyful for?
To life, l'chaim. To title my daughter,
my wife. It gives you something to think about,
something to drink about. Drink l'chaim.
Wow, you're watching a little snippet from the Cote Saint Luc Dramatic Society's latest production, Catch Me If You Can. It's in its third year, and the staging of Catch Me If You Can is the Cote Saint Luc Dramatic Society's most ambitious project to date. The musical was originally staged on Broadway. It was made into the very popular Spielberg movie starring Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio. And in this Montreal production, 17-year-old singer and actor Brandon Schwartz takes on DiCaprio's role of con artist Frank Abagnale. And Brandon Schwartz joins me now, along with Cote Saint Luc City Councillor and the show's producer, Mitchell Brownstein. Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you for having us. We started the Cote Saint Luc Dramatic Society in order to provide joy and entertainment for audiences and actors. We started off with Grease the Musical, which was a great success. And last year we had Fiddler on the Roof, and our lead was Sam Stein. And he's a professional actor. He was terrific. So we were thinking, what could we do this year that would really be a draw? And Catch Me If You Can seemed like the right choice because it's a great feel Broadway production. It's never been performed in Canada, and I had a feeling that this kid, Brandon Schwartz, might just make it for the lead. You always have to have a good lead.
It's the autobiographical story of a con artist set to music. The Cote Saint Luc Dramatic Society's summer production of Catch Me If You Can, the musical, was a Canadian premiere. Now they're restaging it at the Siegel Centre in January. 18-year-old Marianopolis music student Brandon Schwartz plays Frank Abagnale, the teenager who posed as a check-forging pilot, doctor, and lawyer. Catch the show January 15th to the 18th. Tickets are on sale at siegelcenter.org.
You can sing and dance, just don't break the rules. Catch Me If You Can, the musical, returns to the Siegel Centre. Stay with us.
Okay, stay cool.
I will not stay cool! I have never been cool and I don't intend to start now!
Catch Me If You Can, the musical, is back at the Siegel Centre based on the 2001 movie of the same name. The Cote Saint Luc Dramatic Society is putting on the show from January 15th to the 18th.
You know, in Cote Saint Luc, Mayor Anthony Housefather and the council have supported this initiative. It was a dream of mine, and we feel that the more opportunities that actors have to perform and the more opportunities that audiences have to come and see performances, the better it is for the greater island of Montreal. We want to have quality theatre in Montreal, and we have fantastic theatre, whether it's Lakeshore Players, Hudson, Wista, or the Centaur Theatre, Siegel Centre, and now the Cote Saint Luc Dramatic Society. It brings people, professionals like Mike, and he is a professional. This guy's performed in Guys and Dolls at the Siegel Centre. He just did a great commercial for Villaggio Bread.
Yes. Those out at the Orange Julep today were treated to a little surprise.
You can't stop the motion of the ocean lowering from above. If you try to stop the paradise we're dreaming of, but you can't.
Cast members from the Cote Saint Luc Dramatic Society's production of Hairspray performed. The show opens May 28th and runs until June 14th at the Harold Greenspan Auditorium. It has a cast of 32 actors and a 7-piece band. Today, onlookers got a preview, and it looked good.
The Cote Saint Luc Dramatic Society is doing their version of Hairspray. Yeah, Tracy Turnblad, Link Larkin, all on stage at the Harold Greenspan Auditorium until June 14th.
This is our 8th production, and Mayor Anthony Housefather and the council feel it's as important to provide arts and culture to the community as it is sports and the other programs that we offer.
What are the other productions you've put on?
We put on Grease, Fiddler on the Roof. Last year we were nominated for Outstanding Community Theatre Award for Catch Me If You Can at the Meadows, so that was exciting. And we put on comedies every year too.
Good morning, Montreal. Hairspray, the musical, is in Cote Saint Luc right now, and we have the honor of having two of the performers from the show. We've got Mitch Brownstein, who plays Dad Wilbur, and we've got Amber Jonas, who plays Tracy, the lead role. Thanks for coming this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Trevor, you're the one with the big wig there. I have to say, that's quite the outfit you're wearing. Mitch, tell us, what are we seeing? What scene is this?
Well, Mom, I'm a Big Girl Now was the first scene that we were seeing, and now, she's trying to get her mother to go out and be her agent, which is a very exciting moment in the show. Hairspray is all about diversity and accepting people of different backgrounds, and Tracy Turnblad is somebody who sees the world as a place where everybody of different body types or different colors, ethnic backgrounds or religion are accepted as the same. For Catch Me If You Can last year, we were nominated for Outstanding Community Theatre Award, and people are telling us that Hairspray is even better, so who knows, maybe we'll be nominated or even win this time.
Hemlines are shorter, a beer costs a quarter, but time cannot take what comes free. You're like a stinky old cheese, babe. What? Just getting riper with age. You're like a fatal disease, babe. What? But there's no cure, so let this fever rage. Some folks don't get it, but we never fret it, 'cause we know that time is our friend. Yeah, it's plain to see that you're stuck with me until the bitter end. And we got a kid going to live under black fabric. You'll always hit the spot, take shot. You're timeless to me. You'll always be the jour de l'amour. You're timeless to me. I love you. I'll always call you home. Shabbat shalom. I didn't know you were Jewish. You can never tell. Oh, yes, you can. Yeah. You're timeless to me. You're timeless to me. Oh, look at they're enjoying it. You're timeless to me. You're timeless to me.